During my years with the LAPD, I came across my fair share of thieves, but I never saw anyone try to steal a car quite like this.
This is a witness confession statement, reference to an auto theft. So go ahead with the story, ma'am.
And I was invited to a big party at the Flowers residence, and I was wearing very high heels that night. So I asked one of the ladies to drive me over there because I don't want to walk. And when she got there in my beautiful, very special, one-of-a-kind Rolls-Royce Phantom, which was a show car, and it had that was it. I mean, that car was one of a kind. It was made by Rolls-Royce to be a show car, and it was really a masterpiece. And besides, I loved it. It was like my child. Anyway, we got there, and there were like 30 different valet parkers, all in red jackets. And I thought, gee, they all look like, penguins or something. So they got a good look everybody got a good look at my car, and they got a good look at Nellie. So I kind of was a little suspicious, that somebody there might have tipped off somebody. I mean, that's ridiculous, I know, but so I've lived in that house 14 years, officer, and I've never had even a newspaper stolen.
Was the car at the residence at this time?
It was on the parking lot, but not in the garage.
Okay.
And 90% of the time we put it in the garage. Nellie, it was late now. It was quite late. And Nellie was tired and went to bed, fell asleep, whatever.
That night, that Saturday night, was the last time you saw the car, right?
March 29th, when I left it.
When did you realize that the car was gone?
Well, at about 8 a.m. Sunday morning, Nellie came up in a panic and woke me up in the bedroom, or I was just getting up, and she said, "The car is gone." And I said, "What are you talking about?" She said, "The Rolls is gone." I said, "It can't be gone. It can't." What do you mean? It's gone. And the gate is broken. It's lying on the floor, halfway in the street, which amazed me that none of the police had seen it lying there, since they're supposed to be patrolling. I don't know. Immediately called the Palm Beach police that were there in about 2 minutes or less. But he said, "Do you have cameras?" I said, "Yes, I do." My cameras were not that great. They're really good now, though. He looked at it, and he said, one young man, he said it was like a youngish guy, climbed over the gate, and the other guy who was working with him came in over the garbage gate, which is no big deal. I mean, a poodle can get over the garbage gate.
Now, let me ask you a question. Anybody have permission to take your car?
Of course not. No, are you kidding? No.
What's the value of the car?
What was what?
How much the car cost you when you purchased it?
I don't know exactly. About $600,000.
$600,000? Okay.
It's worth that right now. So,
Man, okay, right off the bat, $600K Rolls-Royce Phantom, man, and the color purple, so it's distinct. My thinking is there's probably not that many out there, right, in this part of town. Could be the case. But, hey, you know what? These police officers get to actually do some further investigation, and you got really good evidence. Thank God she upgraded her video surveillance to 4K, because now you're probably able to zoom real close to see all the suspects or suspect in the vehicle. So, you know what? We got a good investigation going. So, I don't know. Let's see what happens.
No, it could have been more because we had a trade. And
else.
Anybody who took that car is a damn thief and should be locked up and put away forever.
Do you want to press charges against the people that stole your car?
I sure do. What's the maximum I could press charges?
Well, that's up to the state attorney.
Whatever, the most I can press, I want to press. Because
I
won't have that car for probably 5 or 6 months.
They deprived you of your property?
They not only stole it, they friggin' damaged it to where they don't even have the parts in London for the car. They have to make them.
Okay.
And that's going to be 2 to 3 months before they can do that.
I have nothing else regarding this incident.
Officers located the Rolls-Royce Phantom and noticed a vehicle circling around the area with a woman in the back seat who matched the description. Officers then initiated a traffic stop on the suspected vehicle, who came to retrieve the Rolls-Royce.
How you doing, sir? Are you an Uber? All right. Are you dropping her off somewhere?
06.
No English. 05, I'm with him. He speaks no English. So, Espanol?
It's all at the same location, correct?
Do we have a Spanish speaker?
Do you know where you were supposed to drop her off at?
Well,
no,
Espanol. We're living here. Yeah, John, the car's good for now. He's looking it up. Just come over here.
I have Espanol's officer coming. He just told me they've been going around in circles.
I'm asking if you do. It's a question.
No. We're just trying to figure out what the hell, because he's taking me
I ask everyone that question.
All right. The reason why we're asking you this question is because, who's this reader? What? Where are you trying to get to right now?
I'm going home.
Where's your home at?
My home is 4680 Southwest 29 Terrace. That's what I have on his GPS.
Oh, he says you've been driving around in circles.
In circles?
Yeah.
Does he mean the circles in Lauderhill?
No, he's saying that you have her going around in like different places.
Her?
Like
Who is her?
him.
He's saying that you have him going in different places.
All right.
No, I haven't gone in. That's why I said.
Do you have ID that can prove that?
I mean, I do, but that's the
All right.
thing.
Because here's the skinny. All right.
What the hell?
We were back there. We were back there in the corner.
Because he was going in the opposite direction. I was trying to guide him. That's all I was saying. I was trying to guide him go to the right direction.
Back there where you saw us in the corner over there. I'm sure you saw us all back there in the corner
It was like
with a tow truck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was asking him, like, will he going this way?
Okay. Well, we were loading a car back there in the corner that was reported stolen out of Palm Beach. All right. And we have video surveillance of someone getting out of the car of the stolen vehicle that matches your description. Is there any reason why your description you'd be getting out of a stolen vehicle right now?
I mean, why would I be getting out of the stolen description?
Well, we have video of someone with your blonde hair and your stature and size and everything of getting out of a stolen vehicle.
Is this a stereotype?
No, it's not a stereotype. We have video. We have video.
I mean, but at the end of the day, I'm getting in the car, I'm going home.
Okay, no, it's not a stereotype. You are the prime suspect of this GTA investigation, Grand Theft Auto. It's all about making that GTA. Look, you got a lot of evidence going on. You have the video surveillance. You got the witness who happens to be the victim because she owns that Rolls Royce $600,000 car that's valued at, right? And it's purple. So there's not many purple or, that type of a color. It's very distinct going around, and they find it, right? And they're going to recover it. And next thing you know, they have all this evidence to prove that you're the one that was actually in the vehicle. What we don't know is how much is your involvement in this whole felony GTA investigation.
And he has no reason to lie.
Uber. I never had him going in circles. I told him that he was going in the direction that we're supposed to go in on a turnpike. That's what I'm saying.
I'm asking you.
Do you have ID that shows
ID?
your address?
Prove that where you're supposed to be going right now? We have video of you getting out of that car, stolen car.
I mean, but at the end of the day, I know this. You know what I'm saying? I have my name, and I have everything. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Now, on a side note, back in our days, they used to have, I think it was called Alpo, which is these fingerprint officers that come out and start printing the vehicle. So at scene, they come out, they got the lights with their tape, and they have the dust, and they start dusting the car for prints. So they're able to try to get a lift for a print to identify who is actually, I suppose, not only touched, but who has actually been involved in this vehicle, right? So, and nowadays they got DNA, they got 4K video surveillance. I mean, you got a lot of evidence going on to prove that, you know what, you're probably the prime suspect in this GTA investigation.
Okay. Well, how about you tell us what your name is then?
You have a notepad?
What?
You have a notepad?
I have a notepad.
I'm not trying to be like rude or anything.
You don't have a
picture.
picture. People have lied to us before in the past. All right. So if you give me a fictitious,
I'm not trying to give you no fake tweets
all right.
or no nothing.
Because right
like
now this is a stolen vehicle investigation. All right. You have the right to remain silent. If you answer any questions about attorney present, you understand your rights?
Yeah, but
do I need to read you your rights?
This is
okay. That's why this is why I'm talking to you.
I'm saying like it's like you're being like you're yelling, so I'm just like I'm not understanding like.
Okay. Let's take a step back then. I'm sorry if I'm yelling to you.
I understand.
The reason why we're talking to you right now is because you match the description of a female that got out of a stolen vehicle like 6 hours ago in that complex, and you just so happened to come by the same area to where it was, and you're matching the description of the same subject that got out of the stolen vehicle. Yes, that's why we're talking to you right now.
That doesn't even make no sense. That's what I'm saying, because I don't even stay around here. I'm not even from whatever this is.
Why you're in there.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I gave this
He's
man
an
directions.
and he's an Uber driver.
I gave this man directions to my house.
Okay.
He was driving this way, and I was trying to tell him because he don't speak English.
What city do you live in?
I stay by the Hard Rock. I don't stay nowhere near around this area.
What's your name?
Ann Anderson.
Ann? Spell that. A-N-N?
Yes.
Anderson. A-N-D-E-R-S-O. Number what?
My ID got stolen, so I'm right now in the midst of getting at the DMV.
Do you have a middle name?
Katherine.
All right, I'm going to run your name. It better be. If you give me a fictitious name, it's going to be a problem. Okay? Please don't be a fictitious name. What's he saying?
So he's an Uber driver. He picked her up somewhere in Lauderdale Lakes. We're looking here. He said that she first had him going somewhere and then had him change directions to here. As soon as they turned into the apartment, she was like, hey, left, right. I got him through the apartment.
Yeah.
And then as soon as she saw the cop car, she's like, keep going.
So we're going to stop right here.
Pronto ella oyó los carros de policía, se dijo, sigue.
So when he got here, he was telling me keep going.
Ahora, cuando llegaste acá y te pararon los carros, te pararon los policías, ¿ella te dijo algo? Okay, she was telling her to keep going.
Even we were right here.
Even though cuando ellos se estaban parando con luces azules.
All
Cuando
right.
ellos se prendieron las luces, ella te dijo que siguieras.
Como que no sé cómo seguir en inglés, ¿cómo se dice?
Yeah, so as soon as she saw the cop cars over there, she told him, go straight.
To leave. Okay, so he was telling her to pretty much to flee, right? Just make sure you get ID on him.
Yeah, I got it.
Just be truthful.
I'm not saying the gig is not up, but at the end of the day,
Keep her. I gotta get a picture of her.
Listen, you're gonna take the fall for whoever.
So, here's the thing.
but that don't even look like me though.
It is
That's what
you.
I'm saying.
Don't look
What
now.
the f*** do you think we stopped you for?
I'm not yelling at you. I promise you, I'm not yelling at you. I promise you,
Stop
I'm not.
thinking I'm stupid out here.
How would I be calling?
All right. Right. Let's be honest. You're not the one driving the vehicle. You understand?
I understand that. That's
All
what
right.
I'm saying.
I want to know who's driving the vehicle. Would you be able to help me out? Who's driving the vehicle?
Okay, so earlier my boyfriend pulled me up and
I'm listening.
that's what I'm saying. Earlier my boyfriend pulled me up in a car that was way foreign that I'm used to.
What kind of car?
It was like a car, got a bird on the front of it and all that type of shit. It was great.
A bird in front?
Shit. Like a little bird.
Like a little one in front of the hood?
Like a little shit like that.
Okay.
Like that. Right. So.
What color was the car?
Huh?
What color was the car?
What color? It was like a little gray or some shit like that. Like a little dark gray. So I don't know, but I just know that he pulled up on me in front of the car with the gray bird. And he said that I told him I'll be like, listen, I'm gonna be home, but I don't wanna be on that stuff like that. He just pulled up on me. He wanted to take me out on a date, take me out to dinner. He said it's gonna be an early birthday surprise because my birthday is in a couple months. So, well, not a couple months, but he wanted to do something special for me. So I'm like, okay, well, what are you gonna do? He was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take you out and we're gonna go down and we're gonna just hang out. You feel me? I was just like, all right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? He knows I'm not a type of girl. I'm a good girl and all stuff like that. So the car had a bird in the front of the shit. When he started the car, it came out and shit like that.
Okay, you know what? This reminds me of back in my days, man, when we used to do all these investigations, and I've been there and done that. What I will say is that, you know what? I'm going to call BS. That is a really good story, but I'm going to tell you right now, look, in the academy, I can tell you that, especially when you take tactics, where you're always told, you know what, suspects always lie. Like, you always got to think worst case scenario, as a cop, that is, right? And you always got to think that, you know what, you're either going to be armed or you have weapons on you. And, you know, you just got to be alert at all times. But when it comes to investigating, you got to think to yourself, you know what, is this really the story? And by the way, it's all on body-worn video, which means that we're actually taking your statement so that we can implement that in this GTA investigation report. So I don't know. I'm not buying it. I have a different theory. We can talk about that a little later. I don't know. You tell me what you think.
And then he picked you up, and then where'd you guys go?
We just went around Sunrise. I don't know Sunrise Plantation. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
okay,
remember.
that's fine.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like, he put me up around Sunrise, dropped me off Plantation.
So your
on the
birthday
area.
gift was just to go on a ride? He didn't take
It
you to
was
dinner or
like-
anything?
Huh? He did.
Where'd you go?
We went down to Moxie's.
Moxie's? Okay.
Yep.
What's your boyfriend's name?
Joshua
Joshua what?
Reed.
Joshua Reed? How do you spell the last name?
It's like R-E-E-D.
R-E-E-D? Where does he stay at?
I know that he recently got out. That's the only thing I know. So I'm not sure if he's still staying in the same place on Oakland. I know that his name is Joshua Reed, but I know that something about him recently getting out. I'm not sure if that's still the same. I'm really not trying to be like funny with you guys. I'm really trying to remember, but I know that he told me 2 dates. I'm not sure if it's actual, but I know that's his real name because when I seen him before, when I searched him up, because I was doing the little behind the walls thingy, like, you know what I'm saying, you be down for your man, shit like that. That's all I know his name was Joshua Reed. So I believe it was like September, maybe November, September, November. Yeah. You have a pen?
Esta dirección está a 6 millas de aquí.
Plans for me to take what car? Why would I have to take a car?
There's no reason for you to be here when you live nowhere around here. And there happens to be a stolen Rolls Royce over there.
So why would I have to sit there and be
And you
around
already told us you were in the car at some point today.
You said you showed me a video of me getting out of the car.
You
and I
admitted
told
to the
you
car
that
being stolen. And you told
y'all
us the
showed
story.
me a video. I never said I admitted to that. I just said I was getting picked up because my boyfriend wanted to show me a beautiful time. That's all I said.
Listen, everything was recorded.
Exactly. So you can replay that back. So why would I have to sit there?
And you knew that it was stolen.
How did I? No, I didn't.
You said that.
I didn't know it was stolen. I never said that.
Why did you come here?
I said that I did not put my ride in. I had my ride Uber for me, and I had my address in. That was never something I was doing.
Make sure we pat her down real good.
Weapons on you, right?
Oh God.
Listen, I just got out here, so I don't.
I mean, y'all don't have to, man. Y'all don't have to. Y'all said that I got a key. What key do I have?
You had one.
Y'all just did. You said there was somebody's key. I don't give a about no car. I never wanted to be in no. What the? I wanted to go home.
We asked you if you had a key.
Like what the?
You thought your boyfriend that just got out of jail was affording a $500,000 Rolls Royce?
I mean, you gotta understand that people out here nowadays, they got their own businesses. They sell perfume that can resell. I don't know what the so you expecting you stereotyping now. That's what you're doing. You're stereotyping. You're stereotyping though.
So anyways, you know what? Words have meanings. It's not that they're stereotyping you. It's the fact that they're actually letting you know that all this evidence that we have kind of implicates you being involved with Mr. Reed. We don't know that completely, right? We can't confirm all that, but you're going to be going to the Gray Bar Motel.
It's fine.
That's what I'm saying. You're stereotyping.
He's super cool with you, trying to get you to just be honest with you.
Came here on video.
And I did. I did. That's what I'm saying. Y'all stereotyping.
You don't have a warrant. You're on probation.
I never said that I wasn't not on nothing. I just said that that's something I didn't. Oh God.
As long as we definitely checked that back seat good, right? I mean, ask him one more question. I just wanted to make sure like she didn't give him anything. Hey Sanchez, can you ask him before we stopped? Did she pass him anything like a key?
¿Te pasó algo o aquí en el carro?
Yo no sé, porque es que yo
Carro, si ella tiró algo en el carro.
She rolled the window down.
Ella bajó la ventana.
empezaron a llamarla por teléfono y ella me decía que no
She
parara.
started getting phone calls and then she started directing it like left, right, like giving the right through the complex.
Okay.
So,
but he didn't like pass the key to her before he got to stop, like to get rid of it or something like.
As part of the investigation, not only do you get his statement, but you can also go to the Uber app and obtain that picture of the route, right, where she actually called, where he dropped her off. And the fact that she's telling him, "Lo, turn around, just keep going," dissuading and trying to flee the police. That's very, very suspicious. And enough probable cause to believe that, you know what, she's actually involved in this felony GTA.
Officers x-rayed the suspect and noticed a foreign object matching that of a key fob to a Rolls Royce inside of her.
so we're in the middle of the bullshit here, right? You don't want to be here any longer than you want to be.
Right.
And I get off at 5.
That's what I'm saying. What time is it?
It's 3:53, and you've been up since like God knows what time. So listen, let me talk to you. It's easier if when we get to the hospital, you get it out, and we just hand that key to PBSO, and they do what they do, right? Just to streamline this process, and that way, like you said, you have 2 misdemeanors. You'll beat that shit in like a week. They ain't pursuing that. So if you can just get that key, whichever way you got it in, just get it on your own, instead of us having to go through the whole process of getting it out of
They
there.
still said that regardless of it, because I know at the end of the day, that might not even be the case. But say that was the case, and that is. They're still gonna have to tell me I had to go to the hospital and do all of this, do all of that. And they're not even trying to sit there and talk about nothing, and that's aggravating, bro.
Okay, so it might be aggravating to you, but it's part of the investigation. Again, another piece of evidence that's super important and material to this entire GTA investigation is that key fob, right? So we're going to be able to obtain this and seize it in two ways. One, with your consent, right? And do it naturally, or we're going to have to get search warrants, go talk to the judge, write all that out. That's going to take some time to do that. So I think you're going to be working some overtime, bro.
I won't tell you what it is, what it looks like.
No, they won't tell me. They just,
remember what we told. Remember we told you already. You were a few hours ago when we first met you. Investigated for a stolen car.
Yeah.
Remember the Rolls Royce with the little birdie thing up top that you mentioned me? For that one, we found it, right?
Right.
And we were just gonna recover it, but then we got video that shows someone that looks like you. So we found you in the area. You look like someone. You know what I'm saying? You're being investigated. Then when we ask you for your name, you give us a bullshit name, right? So that's a charge, right? And then you admit being inside our car. That's another charge. It's simple trespass, right? And now, when they scan you before being processed, right? Before being fully booked in, being done with it, they see what is inside of you, what looks to be a key. You know what I'm saying? So now, 1 + 1 + 1 + 1, it all starts adding up, right? And I'm telling you, and I'm giving you the clear options, and those options are still open to you. Get it out. I don't care how you got it in, right? I don't care what you got it in for. That's Palm Beach's problem, if they want to deal with that, right? Get it out, hand it to us. We'll give it to them, they do what they do with it, right? We'll just keep it in there, and we'll go through the warrant, we'll go through a whole lot of pain in the ass. It's up to you, it really is up to you.
They still don't want us to go to the hospital.
Like, we still gotta go, right? So we can either spend 7 more hours in the hospital, or we can spend 45 minutes getting you clear and getting you back in here.
But they said I still will have to go. You heard what the nurse said.
Yeah.
Even whatever, regardless of it, I still have to go.
So regardless of, you're going to the hospital. Now, one way you get it out, that's like what? Like maybe an hour at most getting you clear, right? Like right now you're the owner of your destiny. So I'll give you the ride in the car, right? While we get to where we're going, to the hospital, to think about it. You ain't gotta answer to me right now. I'll let you think about it. Is that fair? All right. Have you thought about what we talked about?
I don't know what they think is a key inside my. That's the thing. The man
What's that?
said it looked like something else. I don't know why they think it's a key inside my.
I mean, I already told you, right?
Yeah, you told me, but the man said it didn't look like that though. So I don't know what it is. That's not what it is.
Now, let's talk about what happened before we got to you. So I'm gonna tell you what I think happened. But I know you're already gonna tell me it's bullshit, right?
Okay, so some final thoughts. Big shout out to Palm Beach PD officers for conducting a very thorough investigation and remaining professional throughout the entire incident. You know, when I teach internal affairs, I always do say to the audience, no stone goes unturned, right? And they turned every single stone while they were investigating this. In fact, that Uber driver is a material witness, his statement, and that translation was spot on. I was born and raised in Lima, Peru, and I can tell you right now, what that officer translated was pretty much word by word, okay? And last but not least, you know, that officer towards the end says something very, very important. He said, right now, you're the owner of your destiny. You know what? Your actions have a lot of consequences, especially when you're involved in criminal activity. I hope that you learn a lot from this and become a better person and a better citizen, okay? Hope you learned something. Okay, so Sandrina was charged with the following: first-degree grand theft, tampering with evidence, introducing contraband into jail, and giving a false name to law enforcement. However, we don't have the final outcome on her charges. This case is still pending. Ring that bell to be notified for the next upcoming drop. Smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Please comment below because we want to hear from you. If you would like to see me have conversations with other police officers about internal affairs and other law enforcement related matters, go to the Marlon Marrache show, okay? Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next one.